there is nothing absolutely wrong in government obtaining loan, because government need resources to drive governance. But however, having said that, it is important for loans to be tied down to specifics. Specifics in the sense that if loans are to be obtained, they will be obtained in relation to a particular project in question. But this current loan that the government seeks to obtain, that he has got the nod of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, the 30 billion naira loan in question, cause for worry. Cause for worry in the sense that what the loan is earmarked to achieve is not achievable with the sum. And the number of projects the loan has been tied to is worrisome. Like for instance, we are told that this 30 billion naira loan will be put into construction of series of projects. Firstly, the Nembe Brass Road project. Secondly, the Sagoma Ikremo Road. Thirdly, the Yinagwa Oporoma Road project. Fourthly, the Hata Ring Road. Fifth is the canalization and shore protection in Ogun, Akaba, and Yinagwa. And if you looked at all these projects in question, the amount in question, 30 billion naira, will not be able to address one single project to its finality. Why am I saying so? Because the construction work required in the Brass Road, from expert point of view, it will go close to 250 billion to 300 billion. That is what is required to deliver the Nembe Brass Road. For the Inagwa, Oporoma, and Beyond Road, that road that is going to descend requires a series of bridge and culverts. That road in question too will require nothing less than 140 billion naira to deliver. The Sagbama Ekermo Road requires about 130 to 150 billion naira to deliver, because that road in question is heading to Age. Be that it may, the Outer Ring Road too is another issue, that the amount required is enormous. Now let's look at the canalization and the shore protection of Ogun, Akaba, and Hinagwa. The 30 billion naira will be able to address that. They will be able to address that project. So if that 30 billion naira that is to be obtained is tied to that project, then it becomes very reasonable. But however, in the absence of tying this 30 billion naira to a particular project, it then means the projects that will be executed are not here or there. Because what will happen is that the projects will not see the light of the day. Why am I saying this? Because the loan bears attributes. The loan bears attributes of a taxi cab. A taxi cab has no specific garage, so the loan does not have any specific project is tied to. Secondly, the loan bears attributes of discrimination. The loan bears attributes of discrimination. Discrimination in the sense that, like as Bayelsa stands now, Bayelsa seems to have 4 senatorial roads, so to say. Now we have the Nembe, we have the Ogbea Nembe Inagwa route, or senatorial route. Then we now have the Inagwa Satanejo senatorial road, which is central senatorial road. We have the Bayelsa West senatorial road. These three senatorial roads, all of them cut across local governments. Now the fourth one that is in the making, that is not officially recognized, is the one that is cutting across Kolokma Pokma, Sagbama, and Hinagwa. And the communities involved are Sampo, Odoni, Agbere, Aboito, Osekenike, Asmabri, Edimebri, Tang, Egbebri, all other communities in Buseni. This road is cutting across nothing less than 18 communities, and the road in question is about 50 kilometers. So the road falls into the category of roads in Bayelsa State that is a senatorial road. That's why I said it's the 4th senatorial road. However, this 4th senatorial road is not referenced to in this loan in question. Therefore, the loan bears attribute of discrimination in this regard. Now, the another attribute of this loan in question is that the loan bears attributes or a prelude. The loan in question bears prelude or attributes for over-invoicing. Why am I saying over-invoicing? Over-invoicing in the sense because the amount in question cannot address all these mega projects to its finality. Even a single one, the amount in question cannot address. Therefore, what is the rationale for the government to now list all these projects and tie them to just a patronage of 30 billion naira? That speaks volume of the intent of government. That is why we are saying that it bears prelude of over-invoicing. Another thing that is there that is shocking is that the government needs to be very specific. In the past, loans have been tied to certain projects in the state, and these projects are not delivered in a similar manner because of what the government is doing. So one is shocked why the government is still trading on the same route. They ought not to. But unfortunately, what the restoration government is known for is what this prosperity government is indulging herself into. So just simply, if I wish to suggest to the government of the day, this 30 billion, as I said earlier on, I am not against the government obtaining loan, but I am only interested in ensuring that the loan has an impartation on the citizenry of Bayelsa State. And what the government, I would suggest to the government to use this 30 billion naira to do is that the government should obtain the loan and plow this loan into agriculture. For instance now, if the government decides to put 5 billion naira out of this 30 billion naira into agriculture, precisely only rice farming, we have the primary farm, we have the sample farm. If these two farms are reactivated, in the next 4 months, because rice takes about minimum of 9 months to mature, in the next 4 months, Bayelsa State will be capable of producing 1 million bags of rice. And we all know what that means. In the second place, what will be required, that many of our able-bodied youths will be gainfully employed in the rice production or in the rice farm, because the rice farm requires enormous manpower for its sustenance. Therefore, I will suggest to the government that 5 billion naira should be put into rice production so that, one, the food security issue in Bayelsa State could be equally addressed, unemployment could be equally addressed, security too will be equally addressed by doing so. Secondly, if the state government, I will suggest to the state government that 10 billion naira of this money should be put into power, energy, production of energy. What the government needs to do is to procure additional gas turbine plant, including the one that is already on ground, and install these 2 gas turbine plants to ensure that the energy need of the state is met. If that is done, you will see that the economy will be rejuvenated. There will be influx of people into Bayelsa State. When there is influx of people into Bayelsa State, the IGR of the state will also increase because people will come to utilize this light for their own personal consumption, for their own businesses and all this, because there will be, the power station in the state will be relatively stable. Now, outside that one, I won't put in 15 billion naira already. The next thing I would suggest the state government to do is to ensure that the state government go into a mega automated water plant or factory. This factory in question too will employ nothing less than 200 persons when it is finally completed. And these projects in question are projects that can be achieved within the tenure of this administration of prosperity government led by Senator Doyediri. It is possible for him to achieve these projects to its finality. And what will not happen? The high GR of the state will be shot up because we have comparative advantage of water. And now, if the 5 billion is put into an automated mega water plant or factory, what will happen is that there will be availability of water for people to consume, and the water price in Bayelsa State will be cheap in the first place. In the second place, the thing will shore up the state IGRO because the water will be sold to states or states beyond Bayelsa State. Now, that's 15 billion naira gone. Another 5 billion naira should be put into the Yinaga Water Works so that water will be available, potable drinking water will be available for every dictomanary in the state. If the government will listen and plow this money into this thing, you will see that the projects that are being embarked upon are money yielding and money generating. The government will be able to pay back this loan in no distant time without negative impartation of the loan on the economy and the citizenry of the state. Rather than tying down this money to specific projects like these big projects that are in question, you will see that impartation will not be there. It will give room for over-invoicing. So I want to pray the government to listen and listen carefully. Let them have a rethink and ensure that the loan they are about to obtain is used judiciously for the sole purpose of the state and for the sole purpose of the reason why the loans have been obtained. Because what they are doing, it is, as it stands, the impartation of the 30 billion naira is dead on arrival.